Hey everyone, welcome to Tangled Roots 2025 at Boomtown Fair near Winchester. One of the best stages and one of the best festivals in the world, in my opinion. It's the Sinai Lionpulse link-up once again. And for those that remember this stage, this is quite literally the old stage. And they've built us a lovely new beautiful stage all the way down at the far end. And the old stage now has been converted into our new front of house. And a few people have expressed an interest in hearing and seeing an explanation of the new setup. So I'm going to give a little quick talk through about all the different things we've got going on. So at the heart of the affair, we've got a Allen Heath SQ5, which in my opinion is the best format mixing desk on the market. Really powerful, 96 kHz sample rate. You can do loads and loads of really cool stuff, which is perfect for festivals. Multi-band compression, multi-band EQ, all the good stuff, but it's still in a small space. It allows me to completely reconfigure all the faders depending on who's playing, label everything. It's really good. This here is linked to the stage by a really long network cable, and that links to a digital stage box on the stage. So we only have to run one cable to connect all the inputs on the stage to here. Super handy. To the left hand side here we have Pioneer Stagehand. This links to the DJ mixer on stage, so I can keep an eye on the levels that the DJs are currently at. So if they're too low, too high, I can then converse back with stage manager to talk about levels, but super handy to keep an eye on everything. Over here I've got my smart setup. This links to a little microphone that I've got just in front of me. This allows me to have a reference of what I'm hearing, so I can just see any particular notes that are particularly intense that I may or may not need to turn down. This here works in combination with noise network that F1 Acoustics have provided, and because we're at a festival I need to keep an eye on the low end and general dB over the course of the day. And this here combined with the previous thing allows me to really refine and keep the general levels high, but while keeping specific levels lower. So we've just got our overall average louder level. Over here we've got one of my favourite bits of kit. This is the Solid State Logic Fusion. It is effectively an analog mastering console, but it gives a lot of life to the sound. A lot of people have said, why are you using a mastering console on a sound system? Well, over the course of the week we've had so many different musical styles that sometimes at louder or lower volumes they need a little bit of finessing, and this really gives us super nice hands-on feel to adjust those settings. Got my NJD siren here and a JB delay unit. I'm not using that too much at this weekend, but super nice bit of kit to have. And then I've got the Harmonia setup. It looks completely bonkers, but for those that know Harmonia, this is the software that controls the PowerSoft amplifiers. We'll come to the rack in a bit, but effectively I have each box that we're using as a configurable preset that allows me to load them in, assign it to the channel, and then we have the limiters and crossover points for each box with a click of a finger. Super nice. Then I have a load of groups to control it all. So yeah, that's mainly front of house here. Let's go have a walk and look at the stacks. So yeah, this is the Tangled Roots stage. Absolutely beautiful. We're inside the woods, nice sandy floor. So it means on a lovely hot day, people come here for a bit of heat respite and some vibes. Before I was talking about the sound monitoring, and on top of this pole, this is where we've put the microphone for the noise monitoring to give us a real accurate representation of what is actually being heard from the sound system. If we're going to monitor it, we might as well monitor it correctly. So here at the front, once again this year, it's a Lionpulse Sinai link-up in the combination style. But for the first time, we're using Sinai tops on each stack. That's because it's quite difficult to get a cohesive wavefront coming out when it's different mids and tops. Getting it all aligned perfectly is a bit of a challenge. So this year, to have a kind of more cohesive sound stage, we've gone with the same tops on each stack. The subs and the kicks are obviously different on each stack. those have been aligned together, so again it's one cohesive wavefront, but it sounds much better than previous years for that. And for those that are interested, we are running in stereo, with the 2 left stacks being the left and then the 2 right stacks being the right. But again, for those that are interested, the kicks and the subs are in mono. We do run the subs also on an aux from the desk as well. That means that we don't have to run the mics through the left and right speakers. We don't run the mics through the subs at all. The mics only get run through the mid-tops and kicks, just to give a little bit of extra clarity in the sub, which is super, super nice. So if you walk over to the stage, we can see our brand new stage. So yeah, for those that have been to Tangled Roots maybe in the past, you can see this is the old stage. But this year, they've built us a brand new, beautiful stage over here. And the super nice thing about it is that when the sun shines, it shines directly on the stage, which is super, super nice. Let's go have a look. So for the first time, you're able to actually, as an attendee of the festival, you're able to actually walk around and watch to see what the DJ's doing. So when J-Man played the other day, this was completely full, so people were able to watch the DJ perform, which is super, super nice. And over here we have, in this particular setup, we have 4 CDJ 3000s and a Pioneer DJ MA9. And it's because we have this DJ mixer here that we're able to see what's going on up front of house, because it's all linked via one big network. In fact, I ran 2 Cat5 leads all the way over to front of house, and one runs from the mixing desk to the stage box that's here. So it means that you only have to run 1 network cable for all of the inputs, which is super, super handy. No lugging a massive analog XLR reel that you might have to diagnose inputs being faulty. Absolute pain. And then we've got the wireless microphone receivers just above it, so they're as close as possible to the DJ. We're using the RCF ART945 active monitors. Super, super nice, crystal top end, beautiful mid-range. They sound absolutely fantastic. These get run into the mixing desk, so it's possible to route any microphones through this. They don't come out of the booth output. It is better sometimes if you've got, for some DJs I actually prefer it coming out of the DJ mixer. But in this situation, because we might need mics coming from different places, it's a lot better to run it in the configuration. I've got a BNC sub 18, for those that know, and for those that are interested, this has an 18 DS115 4 ohm in it. And for a single sub, it is absolutely ruthless. It's wicked. It runs from a PowerSoft X4 as well, which we'll go and look at in a moment. If you come around here, we can see this is MC performance area, and these are the brand new Sinai wedges, the Mark 1 iteration. Sinai green, of course. Again, these are powered from a PowerSoft X4 with a preset that I created, dynamic EQ, dynamic limiting, all kinds of good stuff. All run from an aux on the SQ5, which once again we have a bus compressor, a SSL model bus compressor on them. We've got dynamic EQ on them, all sorts of good stuff. Out of the box, they didn't sound so good, but with some tweaks, they sound really, really nice. Everyone's been very, very happy with them. So let's go and have a look at one other quick thing. So this is our side of house monitor hut. Because we've got a relatively straightforward setup, all we really need for side of house is just an iPad. This is our monitor desk basically. So it means that when any DJs are performing, I can go into the crowd or walk with the MCs and do any refinements just with an iPad. Super, super handy really. Yeah, side of house. And then if we go down these stairs, we're keeping the amplifiers this year underneath the stage. This is probably the coolest places in the stage area to have them. It means just any hot exhaust gases just get sent underneath the stage. I've got a bit of a fan here to blow any cool air over it. And again, for those that are interested, we've got a PowerSoft X8 for each stack out there. each stack out there. Sinai, we run 1 sub per channel, 4 kicks per channel, and then mids and tops, again, 4. We can have up to including 4 boxes in each channel. Again, same for Lionpulse. Keep things nice and easy, 1 sub per channel, lots of headroom. And then we've got a Powersoft X4, and this one here is for the wedges and the stage sub. We actually run all the wedges on 1 channel. We don't really need multiple mixes to run different MCs into different wedges. It's a bit over the top for what we need, so yeah, just everything's on 1 channel, nice and easy. I absolutely love these amplifiers. You get 6 limiters per channel. It means that you, as long as you set and you're confident in your settings, you basically don't really have to worry. Then we've got just some little minor stuff. We've got a wireless router for the stage up here. And then you can't quite see them, but we've got some Sonifex red boxes. They're the distributors. That's the analog distributor right there. That distributes the subs. The subs on an aux to each amplifier. Then we've got an AES equivalency underneath. So we run the AES output out of the SQ5. Again, run on another long 110 ohm reel all the way over here. And that is for the signal out of the desk. Again, we're trying to reduce the amount of conversions from digital to analog, analog to digital. So we run a digital output from the desk straight into the digital input of the amps for maximum clarity. So yeah, I hope you all find that interesting. And yeah, any questions, drop in the comments, send me a message, I'll try and respond.